The camera pans across a cluttered room, focusing on a figure standing amidst the chaos. A soft, introspective voice begins. Have you ever felt lost in your own life? Lost amidst piles of possessions, endless to-do lists, and the feeling that you own everything, but have nothing at all. The scene shifts to a close-up of the person's face, eyes filled with a mixture of confusion and longing. I used to be that person. My life was filled with things I didn't need. I thought buying more would fill the voids, but it only created more clutter. One day, I realized I was no longer living for experiences, but just to own. We see a montage of shopping trips, packages being delivered, and closets overflowing with unused items. My days were consumed by the pursuit of more. More clothes, more gadgets, more everything. I believed that each new purchase would bring me closer to happiness, to fulfillment. But with every swipe of my credit card, I only felt emptier. The camera pans over a desk covered in bills and a calendar packed with commitments. My schedule was just as cluttered as my living space. I said yes to every invitation, joined every club, and volunteered for every project. I thought being busy meant being important, being valued. But in reality, I was spread so thin that I couldn't truly engage with anything or anyone. We see the person sitting alone in a crowded cafe, surrounded by people but looking isolated and disconnected. Even my relationships suffered. I had hundreds of friends on social media, but no one to call when I needed a shoulder to cry on. I was constantly connected, yet profoundly alone. The scene transitions to the person standing in front of a mirror, looking lost and overwhelmed. It was in that moment of clarity that I knew something had to change. I couldn't continue living a life that felt so inauthentic. So, I began my minimalist journey. We see a hand hesitantly reaching for a drawer handle. At first, it was about decluttering a drawer. But slowly, it stopped being about getting rid of things and became about finding myself again. The camera follows as items are removed from the drawer, each one considered carefully before being either discarded or kept. When I let go of clothes I never wore, I found more free time. No longer did I spend hours staring at a closet full of options, paralyzed by choice. Instead, I had extra minutes in my morning to savor a cup of coffee, to meditate, to start my day with intention rather than chaos. We see the person scrolling through their phone, finger hovering over the unfriend button. When I cleaned up unnecessary friends on social media, I made space for meaningful relationships. I rediscovered the joy of face-to-face conversations, of shared laughter over a meal, of deep connections that can't be forged through likes and comments alone. The scene shifts to show the person engaged in various activities: yoga, reading, cooking, spending time with loved ones. Minimalism isn't about deprivation. It's about creating space for life's best things to flourish. It gives you more time to take care of your health. It allows you to focus on the people you love, nurturing your relationships and family. And it gives you the focus and motivation you need to pursue what truly matters. We see the person writing in a journal, eyes bright with purpose. As I shed the excess from my life, I uncovered dreams and passions that had been buried under all the stuff. I rediscovered my love for writing, for exploring nature, for volunteering in my community. These weren't new interests, but ones that had been pushed aside in the constant pursuit of more. The camera pans across a now tidy room, filled with only meaningful objects, and bathed in soft, warm light. My home transformed from a storage unit into a sanctuary. Each item that remained had a purpose, a story, a reason for being there. The empty spaces weren't a sign of lack, but of possibility. Room to breathe, to think, to grow. We see the person confidently declining an invitation, then spending that time on a personal project instead. I learned the power of saying no. No to obligations that didn't align with my values. No to purchases that wouldn't truly enrich my life. No to relationships that drained rather than nourished me. And in doing so, I created space to say yes to what really mattered. The scene shifts to show the person helping a friend declutter their own space. As I continued on this path, I realized that minimalism wasn't just about my personal journey. It was a philosophy that could transform communities, even the world. By consuming less, we reduce our impact on the environment. By focusing on experiences rather than possessions, we create memories that last a lifetime. We see a series of quick cuts: a family enjoying a picnic, friends laughing around a campfire, a couple exploring a new city. Minimalism opened my eyes to the richness of life that exists beyond material possessions. It taught me that the most valuable things can't be bought or sold. They're the moments of connection, of growth, of purpose that we create when we strip away the distractions. The camera pulls back to show the person standing at the edge of a beautiful vista, arms outstretched. Minimalism isn't just a tidying journey. It's a path to a more meaningful life. And that is the path we'll walk together on ThrivePath Life. We see the person turn to face the camera, speaking directly to the viewer with warmth and invitation. If this message resonates with you, I invite you to join our journey. Hit that subscribe button and the bell icon to not miss any of our upcoming lessons on this path. Together, we'll explore the power of simple living and discover how minimalism can transform not just our spaces, but our entire lives. The person smiles, and we fade to black as gentle, inspiring music plays. Remember, the journey to a simpler, more fulfilling life doesn't happen overnight. It's a process of continuous reflection, intentional choices, and gradual change. But with each step, you'll find yourself lighter, freer, and more in tune with what truly matters to you. In our upcoming videos, we'll dive deeper into practical strategies for decluttering your space and your mind. We'll explore minimalist approaches to finances, relationships, and even digital life. We'll share stories of individuals who have embraced minimalism and the profound impact it has had on their lives. But minimalism isn't one size fits all. It's about finding the right balance for you. Whether you're looking to make a dramatic life change, or just want to incorporate a few minimalist principles into your current lifestyle, we're here to guide and support you. So, are you ready to embark on this transformative journey? Are you prepared to let go of what no longer serves you and make room for what truly matters? The path to a simpler, more meaningful life awaits. Let's take that first step together. Join us on ThrivePath Life, where we'll explore the power of minimalism, the joy of intentional living, and the freedom that comes from choosing less to gain so much more. Your journey to a life of purpose and fulfillment starts now. We can't wait to see where this path takes you. Until next time, remember, in a world that constantly tells you to want more, there's incredible power in choosing less. Here's to the beautiful journey ahead.